Nick Bosa looks
Yeah.
leaner. This was everyone kind of noticed it. Like the last couple of years, he was so freaking huge at the
Yeah, it
combine,
was.
and then he was even bigger last year. And it was like, every running back now has these crazy, like almost look like Photoshop legs.
Dude,
But
so
Nick
weird.
Bosa had that first,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, like how is this functional at all? And it's like, I I guess it was very impressive, but I always thought it was concerning, and I felt like he had maxed out his body to a dangerous level, and things are because you can make your muscles stronger, but your ligaments never really get stronger.
Right.
And he's had ligament issues. So it makes sense to like take some G forces off, take some pressure off of him and lean up. He doesn't need to be 270 pounds,
His brother is much leaner than he is, and
way
he
leaner.
he gets by just fine. And
Yeah.
with the array of pass rush moves that he has at his disposal, being leaner is a better thing. And long term, it's ultimately going to help him with his conditioning. It's going to help him stay healthier. And I think it's a very, very good thing that he is coming in leaner. It's great to see.
I think it's smart. I think it's a good move on his part, on the team's part, and it's something he's got to do. Um, I don't know what he was trying to prove, but he could play defensive end on this team at 255 if he needed
Of
to. He
course he
doesn't need to
can.
be 265. So, and I think he's just a little bit smaller than his brother Joey.
Yeah.
So he could even be a 3-4 outside linebacker if he needed to. He could do that too. But anyway, if he could dial back the squats just a little bit, I think he'll have some durability and some longevity. So that's a good thing. That's
Yeah, I mean, obviously, so when you tear your ACL in high school, you're going to have, being an athlete at his level, you're going to have good doctors at your
Mhm.
disposal, right? But now doing it at a professional level, there's obviously a poignant effort to make him leaner. They worked on that. It shows in his body. There's a reason that they're having him do that and work out and be that way. So the fact that he looks that way and the doctors have forced him to look that way, that's a good thing.
The main threat, who's still the main threat, says, I'm very concerned about our depth at safety position, especially after Moore went down. Yeah, Tavon Wilson was starting at strong safety today. And
Yeah.
it seems like the safeties are Ward, Wilson, Tony Jefferson, Talanoa Hufanga. That's about it.
Yeah.
Marcel Harris might be a linebacker right now. I don't know. So that's fair. That is definitely fair. As much as the Niners need Xavier Howard, they might need a safety too. Because there's always a reason for Jaquaski Tart not to be playing. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I saw him play. He needs to get back in the field ASAPolis. Riddy says,
Toe, COVID, it's everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Riddy says, love your content, homies. Niners. Been saying it for years. You've been saying Niners for years? Okay. I feel that. Go get that young stud top dollar cornerback.
Yeah.
No possibly picking on anybody anymore. Want that position locked. I just feel like every time the Niners have won a Super Bowl, they had studs in their secondary.
Yeah.
Like every time.
Yeah.
And ever since the Yorks have kind of taken over, they've been very much a D line oriented defense, which is great. But that's just not how the Niners have won Super Bowls in the past. Dion, Ronnie Lott. I mean, Hall of Famers in the secondary. Where's the Hall of Famer in the secondary? No offense, Jimmy Ward. I love Jimmy Ward. He's a Hall of Famer in my book.
Yeah. Listen, they first of all, Riddy, I love your
YouTube Hall of
swag.
Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love your swag, Riddy. But yeah, listen, you're absolutely right. And if you could have a dominant D line and a dominant secondary, why not? Why not make both happen? Because there are not many teams that
Genius.
have that at their disposal. We would have a premier pass rusher, possibly two, although they are cautiously optimistic with Ford. And now you're going to have two very good corners on this team with solid safeties when healthy. Listen, that's again, it's a no-brainer. If you can make it happen, you have to kick the tires on it.
Matt H says there's no real indication that Watson won't play this year from the NFL. Legal matters won't be handled anytime soon. I can't see a trade for that reason. Matt, they already said they're going to trade him. They said they want to trade Deshaun Watson. Watson says he wants to trade him. They won't even play him at quarterback. They played him at free safety today. So what's going to happen is he's not going to play for the Texans this year. He's going to play for like Miami or Philly or the commissioner's exempt list. He's going to be the MVP of the commissioner's exempt list, one way or the other. And Houston's going to need a quarterback in about like 3 weeks, something like that. And then the Niners going to be chilling right by the phone waiting for Houston to call them. Here's the question. Would you call Houston or would you let them call you? I would let them call me. I'll just chill. I wouldn't want to seem too eager here because I like Jimmy. Didn't even occur to me to trade him. As a matter of fact, he's doing so great. And they call me. I'm like, oh man, I trade Jimmy. Oh, I can't do it unless you're offering him first. Otherwise, I just can't do it. It's too good.
Listen, I agree with that, but at the same time, if they don't call you, which by the way, Houston strikes me as the team that won't call you,
Oof.
that they'll just roll with the situation that they have over there and not care.
Oof. Good
That
luck.
worries me a little bit.
Good
So
luck. Because
yeah,
they're already getting flambéed by the local press. They had like all their guys saying this was the dumbest day in Houston sports history. I mean, they got just roasted today. And I don't know. I mean, NBA teams kind of tank and people get it. But in the NFL, the tanking process is very painful and you get a lot of negative press locally and nationally, and people get fired. So if you guys want to go 0-16 in Houston, by all means, go for it, see what happens. But if you want a little respectability, maybe just cough up a first for Jimmy. I'm not saying this is what I would
is
do,
Houston
but
the worst
yes,
franchise in football?
yes.
Okay.
Sebastian says, when was the last time he played? Who are we talking about? Oh, who are we talking about? Tart? Ward?
Tart. Yeah.
Garoppolo?
Has to be Tart.
Me? I don't know.